in the last 4 years, it's only been politicking. And we've wasted so much time. We've had so much good things going. We had so much good plans, bills, and everything, and it doesn't get that through. Because why? Because this is a minority government. We can't have that anymore. We need to have a majority government in order that we can move things forward. We have so many good plans. Our government is picking up, investing in people. That's what it's all about. We have to invest in people. We need to invest in infrastructures. That's the way that our economy is going to be going. Not by cutting. Not what Hudak is saying. He wants to cut. I mean, very shameful. The fact that he wants to cut 100,000 jobs. Obviously, I think Hudak needs to go back to school in grade 1 and start all over again, because he certainly doesn't know how to add. Because I don't know how he can have a million job, but let's cut 100,000 jobs. It doesn't make sense. And then today, I think I was as I was driving over, I'm listening to some of his detailed plans. He's taking away the 30% rebate for the university students. I think that's absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Full day kindergarten. No more full day kindergarten. And he wants to take the transit. He wants to cut that. Cut the transit. These are all good things, good plans that we have had, that the Liberal government have on the platform. And we need to make sure these plans go through. And the only way to do that is to make sure that we elect Michael Chan and all the other Liberal members back. And you know what? Michael needs no introduction, because he's famous, as you know. He is so famous, but I am so happy because he's not just a Michael is not just a member of provincial parliament. To me, he's a very close friend, a dear friend of mine, and I want to make sure that he does get back, because he does good things for us. He does good things for the province. He does good things for all and everyone. And that's what we're all about. Liberal is about one. We want to make sure that everyone gets the same fair share. And that's why we need Michael back at the Queen's Park. And without further ado, Michael.
You're right, my name is Michael. We don't have to repeat so many times. Yes, it's confirmed already, right? Yeah, but thank you, Sandra, for your very kind word, and also thank you, Arno. And the reason, actually, people may be wondering why Arno is the first one to speak there, and really Arno actually we worked together in Queen's Park for 2 years, and he was my chief of staff. You probably wonder what the chief of staff will do. So anything bad belongs to him. Anything's good, he will tell me. So I really appreciate your being here tonight, and also I have to congratulate you for your recent success for being named the candidate representing on the federal level the Liberal to run in Agincourt. And I think the Prime Minister has announced the by-election, and all the best to you. I know that you're kind of like in there, such a hurry time, and you need help, and hopefully, after June the 12th, all the people here have been helping me, and I know you are fanatic in terms of working. You will never stop working, so you know not to stop working. After June the 12th, you can move to Agincourt and work for this guy. How about that? I want to recognize a few people who are here today. They are politicians, and some of them are community leaders, and the random is really a random order, so not any in particular order. I have a name here, Alan Ho, the councillor. Oh, it's right over there. Thank you so much, councillor. I think you've been serving the area for 3.5 years. I know another election coming later this year, and I do wish you all the best. How about trustee? This is what I love very much. I work well with her. I know she's very determined, very talented. Juanita Nathan.
Here.
That's our trustee in the area here, and thank you, Juanita. We've been good friends, and thank you very much for being here tonight. We do have some candidates going for the municipal election. I had Nimala Armstrong, who is in presence today. So thank you for stepping forward to serve the people in this great town, and I do wish you good luck. We had a former, actually we had a former MPP and also a federal candidate nominee for this area, Louis Tamamowski. Yeah, the tall guy. No wonder you stay at the back you are talking about. All right, good luck to you, Louis. I had another federal candidate nominee for Scarborough Southwest, Samsu Isam. All right. Again, this fellow is a fantastic guy. He's a close friend of mine, and he's a true liberal. And he lives in the street of Cupper, and his nickname is called King of Cupper. That's the guy. Yeah. Is Dr. Canning here? A community leader. Yeah. Thank you, Doctor. Hey, I know you spend more time in community work other than on your patients. That's not good. And Dr. Canning, and I think all of you didn't here know he's really the chairperson and the chief organizer for Taste of Asia. On an annual basis, attract over 100,000 people. So thank you, Dr. Canning, for all your kind community work. Thank you so very much. And also I have Superson Berry. He's the president of the World Cultural Center, and he was over here. Thank you. The center is dear to my heart, and on an annual basis, I pay visit to the center 8 or 10 times, and thank you, President, that you're here today, and also is the one who's been calling every day. He kind of like in this room behind me. That's the call center too. Also, he's my manager for the call center, perhaps. I also had the president from Senada Madhya, President Sama Joshi. He's somewhere up.
Oh, Ashok. No, I'm the secretary. He's the president.
Oh, Mr. President. Okay. Oh, you're the secretary. So whoever writes this thing down, all right, his job is in jeopardy. All right. Well, thank you very much, Mr. President, for being here, and also another Mandir. It's very close to my home. I, at one point in time, was trying to dig a tunnel to the center so that I don't have to walk during the winter time. So one day it may happen.
We are waiting for the building permit only.
All right. That's good too. So again, thank you for being here, and thank you for the support from the Mandir. Thank you so very much. I had. Oh yes, Madam Samma, also a candidate for the municipal election. I think you're running in spot number 7. Okay, number 7 is a good luck number. So good luck to you and all other candidates, and thank you for stepping forward to serve the people again in this great city. I had a table tennis club, Harvey table tennis. Okay. So it's a good exercise. It's close by here. Anybody really wants some good exercise, quicken your mind and your movement, this is one area good to go. So this is all the people here, and also the people not here, but within the riding of Markham Newmill. This is my 8th time, by the way. This is my 8th time knocking on people's door. The first 4 times is for John McCallum because I was his riding president and he ran for 4 times. And for myself, this is my 4th time running. So I've been out there knocking on people's door, and I do have a couple of situations when people open the door. You again? So that's the way they want to get rid of me, but I got able to put a lawn sign in their lawn, which is very good. So thank you. thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for showing your support of my re-election. And I hope by June 12, about 10 o'clock, I will be re-elected. Well, the media kind of asked me what's the difference this election compared to the past. I really feel that I do have more friends. I do have more support out there knocking on the door. And a lot of people actually, when I open the door or they passing by, they kind of recognize me. And I was thinking, why? Why people able to recognize me? I can tell you, in the last 7 years, I've been to about 5,000 events. Yeah. So that's not easy. I do have to thank you, my family. My wife is here. My son is also here. For excuse me for not staying at home. Yeah, that was a funny one here. Well, Arnold talk about the election of 2014. I'm going to talk about the NDP. I'm going to talk about the PC party, and I'm going to talk about the Liberal Party, and perhaps the Green Party as well, which I don't know them very much. Sorry to say that, but I need to know them a bit more. You know, the Green Party also, I think, is a worthy party to run. The NDP, I don't understand what NDP stands for now, because so far they have no policy, no whistleblower policy. So far what they have been done is really a disservice of the people of Ontario. Why I say that is this election is really not necessary. We don't need this election. The $90 million spent on this election, to me, is a waste. The reason for that is the budget that we roll out is so many policies in there that the NDP been wanting for many, many years. For example, the pension reform. They've been asking the pension reform and this particular pension for many, many years. Is their principal policy is there. For example, we try to help the people, the personal care worker. We raised the minimum pay, by the way, and we will be investing about $800 million to help people with developmental challenges. This is all the NDP wants, but they, very surprisingly, will not support the budget and trigger the election. So please, the NDP, the new name for them now, because they have no policy, is no definite policy. That's what NDP stands for. I think they should be punished by Ontario for triggering this election, for wasting $90 million of Ontarians, the taxpayers' money. How about the PC? We know that. Oh, you're smiling. Yeah. I like your mockingly smile. That's a good one there. The PC, they stress this election is about the economy, how to strengthen the economy. They are very clear. Okay? That's the only one thing they want to talk about. And yes, they talk about the million job plan they have. They talk a lot, and so far they're not able to come up with any number, any data. I think what they are talking is quite hollow. Look at this data here. At the moment, Ontario, they are out of job. Total number of Ontarians out of job is about 550,000. That's all we need to achieve 100% employment. 550,000. Now, the PC want to create 1 million jobs. So I'm wondering, what's the 450,000 jobs for? Right now in Ontario, it's only 550,000 unemployed. So I'm thinking about, Tim Holder is close to Stephen Harper. He's close to Jason Kenney. He wants to create 450,000 jobs for the temporary foreign worker that we don't need. Right? So this is amazing, and well, I know you talk about they want to cut, and they're serious. Okay, they determined. They repeated many, many times. They want to cut 100,000 public jobs. 100,000 jobs. As you know that we just, we just can't afford it. We disagree. We do not know what he's thinking about. Why he has to take 100,000 jobs away. Why he has to take 100,000 Ontario. And as a matter of fact, it's more than 100,000 Ontario. As you know, the family, the kids, the wife, right away, he would take 100,000 jobs away from Ontario, directly affect 500,000 people when you include the family there. And also, families, they have their parents or daughters and sons, brother and sister. When you have close relatives, knowing they lose a job, so there's another 500,000 people mentally affected. You can see that they are cutting over 100,000 jobs right away, will send 1 million Ontarians spinning without a job. So I don't understand that. I wish one day I can walk up to Mr. Tim Buden and let him explain why he has to make 1 million people their life miserable. I wish he can have an answer for that. So on top of that, about economy, he talked about corporate welfare. He would not agree to support business in terms of granting, in terms of special support when it's necessary. I remember a few years ago when Ontario went into a recession in 2008 and 2009, and the auto sector is really in a hard time. And without government support, 500,000 people would lose their job. And according to this so-called Tim Hudak corporate welfare, he would not support the auto sector. There's another 500,000 people affected, 500,000 jobs affected. You can see what he's talking about, the economy is really hollow. Okay? His refusal to support business is just mind-boggling to me. His determination to cut 100,000 jobs is just unreal. Okay? And his so-called creating 1 million jobs is hollow. It's unfounded. There's no data to supporting it. So there's a stark contrast between our party, our leader, our policies, compared to the PC, their leader, and also the NDP. We're still early in the campaign, another 4 weeks to go, or 3.5 weeks to go, and I believe that will be a tremendous debate among the leaders, and then locally, they will also debate, talk about all these policies. So this is fun time, and I will be out there knocking on doors. I'll be out there looking at those PC, how they find a job. I want them to tell me how those jobs can be created. How about the party, the Liberal Party? I know talk about those budget issues. We do have a very good budget. Okay? We're going to invest 130 billion in 10 years on infrastructure. We're going to invest in skill of the people. We're going to invest in education. We're going to invest in healthcare. And most importantly, we will support the business sector. I'll give one example here. In my own ministry that I did for 4 years as the culture minister. Most of you probably aware that the film, the television, the digital media, and also the books and the music is very ripe in Ontario. As a matter of fact, this jurisdiction, we are the front runner in terms of movie making, TV, and digital media. The reason for that is because we had a tax credit incentive, and that incentive is supporting so many jobs, and it's really a fantastic. This is how we're able to, from a manufacturing economy, kind of transform that into a knowledge-based economy. So those are the good things. The Liberal understand how to create jobs. The Liberal understand it is important to create a friendly business environment for people to come in, to invest, and subsequently able to create all those good jobs. So here we go. The launch is on, election is on, and I wish you will come to support me. And wherever you live, I hope you will vote for the Liberal Party because we want to come back as a government so that we can safeguard Ontarians moving forward. Thank you one more time for being here today.